All right, let's dive into the world of comets and talk about one that's been making headlines. Comet 12P Pons-Brooks, or as it's been nicknamed, the Devil Comet. This comet is quite the traveler, swinging by our neck of the woods after a 71-year journey around the sun. And guess what? It's coming back with a bit of a show. So, what's the big deal this time? Well, the Devil Comet is set to make an appearance during the total solar eclipse on April 8th. If you're lucky enough to be in the path of totality, you might catch a glimpse of this icy traveler near Jupiter, just as the moon slips in front of the sun. Now, Comet 12P is known for being a bit of a wild card. It's a cryovolcanic comet, which means it can be pretty unpredictable. Last year, it threw a bit of a cosmic tantrum, erupting not once, but 4 times, spewing out gas and dust like there's no tomorrow. This outburst made it light up the sky, becoming about 100 times brighter almost overnight. The comet got its spooky nickname because of its unusual shape during the outburst. It looked like it had a pair of horns with a dark core, kind of like a horseshoe, or, well, devilish horns. As Comet 12P gets closer to Earth, we might see more of these outbursts. If that happens, get ready for a spectacular sight in the evening skies this spring. This comet is a Halley type, which means it's a rare visitor, often showing up just once or twice in a lifetime. Let's chat about the comet's namesake. It's named after 2 comet hunting legends of the 19th century, Jean-Louis Pons and William R. Brooks. Pons, the record holder for visual comet discoveries, first spotted this one back in 1812. He described it as a shapeless object with no apparent tail, but it soon brightened up enough to be seen with the naked eye. Fast forward to 1883, and Brooks, another comet spotting champ, stumbled upon it again. At first, he thought it was a new find, but it turned out to be the same one Pons had seen 71 years earlier. Hence, the comet carries both their names. The last time Comet 12P paid us a visit was in 1954, but it wasn't much of a spectacle due to its path and Earth's position. But now, it's back for its 4th visit since its discovery. Let's talk about cryovolcanic comets, a fascinating bunch that are like the universe's own ice volcanoes. These cosmic snowballs are packed with frozen goodies like water, ammonia, and methane. When they swing by the sun, they get a bit of a warm-up, and that's when the show starts. These icy ingredients go from solid to gas, and boom, jets of dust and gas shoot out, giving us quite the spectacle. Now, predicting what these comets will do next is a bit like trying to guess the next twist in a space opera. They're a mixed bag of ice, rock, and organic stuff, so their reactions to the sun's heat can be pretty wild. Plus, if they've had a rough ride near the sun before, it can change how they behave the next time around. And let's not forget the jets themselves. They can push the comet off course in ways that are super tricky to pin down without some serious space detective work. This comet's been full of surprises, flaring up several times and getting brighter each time. By early March, it was shining bright enough to be seen without any fancy gear, hanging out near the Andromeda Galaxy. If you're into stargazing, keep an eye on the Great Square of Pegasus heading towards Aries until early April. The end of March is prime time to spot the Devil Comet, especially near the bright star Hamal. But here's the kicker. During the total solar eclipse on April 8th, if you're in the right spot in North America and the comet's feeling showy, you might see it hanging out near Jupiter. As April rolls on, the comet will cozy up with Jupiter, Uranus, and the Pleiades, putting on a twilight show if it keeps up its antics. After that, it's a race against the sunset, and by April 21, the Devil Comet will hit its perihelion, the closest point to the sun. Then it's off to the southern hemisphere, where it'll cruise by Orion in May. As we wrap up our cosmic journey, let's mark our calendars for May 20th, when the Devil Comet will cozy up to Rigel, the brilliant blue supergiant star in the constellation of Orion. The comet's closest approach to Earth will be on June 2nd, 2024, when it will be 155 astronomical units away. That's about 272 million kilometers for us Earthlings. By the end of May, it might dim to 6th or 7th magnitude, and by the end of June, it could fade to 8th or 9th, so catch it while you can. Once Comet 12P Pons-Brooks bids us farewell, it'll embark on a 71-year voyage around the sun. For many of us, this year's celestial rendezvous will be a once-in-a-lifetime event. But for the young stargazers out there, there's a glimmer of hope to witness its return in the summer of 2095. Halley-type comets like this one are not just spectacular sights, they're poignant reminders of the universe's vastness and the fleeting nature of our existence within it. They echo the words of the great Carl Sagan, reminding us that our lives are but a brief flash in the grand timeline of the cosmos. And with that, we close this chapter of our space exploration. If you've enjoyed this stellar journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more astronomical adventures. Keep your eyes on the skies, and who knows what wonders we'll discover next. Until then, clear skies and happy comet hunting.